What's up, YouTube? Back again for week 13. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I was 10-6 last week. Was all right, but I should have done better. 81-33 for the season. Not too bad. First game, Jets at Bills. Not much to talk about there. Either team, I don't care who wins, but I guess it's going to be the Jets. They have a better run game and defense, so I'm going to have to take the Jets on that one, even though it's in Buffalo. Rams at Bears. I'm going to have to go with Bears on that one. Rams aren't a good team all the way together. I mean, they have Steven Jackson, which is a plus. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the league, but he doesn't get talked about because of the Rams, that the team he's on. So Bears should win that. It's in Veterans or Soldiers Field. Broncos at Chiefs. Again, not much to talk about this game. Just know that Doomerville has 14 sacks for the season. They upset the Giants, which I called. I think the Giants are on a down slope right now. Denver doesn't have much offense, except for maybe like Brandon Marshall. I don't think that their offense is solid at all. So down the stretch, they're going to start losing some games as well. But I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. Titans at Colts. This should be a nice matchup. I think it's going to be a close game, even though one team is very good on running game, which is, of course, the Titans with Chris Johnson leading the NFL and rushing with over 1,396 yards. One of my favorite backs in the league. And then you got the best passing offense and the leading passer in the NFL with Peyton Manning with over 3,415 yards. Which, wow, that's a lot of passing. And of course, Reggie Wayne. But I'm going to have to go with the Colts on this one just because it's in Indy, even though Titans have a 5-game winning streak and Vince Young has been looking like a stud. I mean, wow, 397 yards passing and having a Chris Johnson over 150 yards rushing. That's crazy, man. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Colts on that one. Eagles at Atlanta. Not much to talk about that one. Turner, I think when it came in last week, even though he had that ankle sprain or whatever, and he went back out the game. So they're not going to have a running game. Eagles like to blitz a lot. Matt Ryan's going to be out with turf toe. So Redmond's going to take his place. Eagles should win that one easily, even though it's in Atlanta. Patriots at Miami. Vontae Davis played. It's going to be the Vontae Davis and Randy Moss matchup throughout the whole game. I think Ricky Williams is going to have a nice little game like he did last week, but still they're going to end up losing, even though it's in Miami. Randy Moss kind of got shut down this last game. He had, 67 yards receiving on 3 or 4 receptions. Didn't have a touchdown. But I think this game he's going to break out and have over 100 yards and at least 1 or 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to go with the Patriots on that one. Saints and Redskins. Wow, Saints 425.9 yards a game, total yards a game, offense and passing together. That's crazy, man. They're averaging almost 40 points a game, too. Going against the Redskins, top passing D in the NFL with a little over 170 a game they only give up. I'm definitely going to have to go with the Saints on this one. It's an easy pick. Even though the Redskins played Philly pretty tough. Just Redskins don't have an offense. Oakland at Steelers. Well, Oakland got killed by my Cowboys. And the Steelers average only 74.9. They give up on the run. So I don't see the Steelers having a problem with Oakland at all. Bucks at Panthers. Panthers are the 4th best rushing team in the NFL. their offensive coordinator Davison does not use him for some reason. He just thinks Jake Delhomme's like a Pro Bowler still, and that's not the case. Davison's an idiot. So what he needs to do, especially against a weak Bucs team, is you run the hell out of DeAngelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart. Do what you're supposed to do, control the clock, win the game, use the defense. But, Davison doesn't think that way. Texans at Jags, Andre Johnson, Matt Schwab, Steve Slayton against Jags, Maurice Drew-Jones. That's all they really have. Mike Sims-Walker, I guess you could say, third-year player. But Texans should win that one. Their defense is coming around too. Koye, Mario Williams, D'Amico Ryans got a nice little defense going on there. Lions at Bengals. Stafford I love, got a lot of heart. Calvin Johnson I love, but the rest of the team not much to say for. Bengals, man, they really surprised me this year, man. I thought they were just gonna start off hot, and then I thought they were just gonna simmer down, but that's not the case with them. No matter, even with their injuries with Cedric Benson and Roy Williams and a couple other key players, they still are playing good. Chargers at Browns. Chargers have been hot lately, and they look real nice. Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson isn't washed up, people. He's still got a little bit left in the tank, but he's not going to pass up in Emmitt Smith's records. Yards, touchdowns, he's not going to do any of that. And Dallas at Giants. Well, Dallas has the fourth best offense in the NFL with 392 yards a game. And Giants have the fourth best defense. Oh no, they have the fourth best defense in the NFL with only giving up 290. So it's going to be basically Clash of the Titans there. Got to see which one overcomes which. But all in all, I know it's in New York. I heard a little something like Eli might not be playing, but I doubt that. I really like Mario Manningham and Hakeem Nicks, the two receivers, young receivers for the Giants. And they might do a little something, but I just see Dallas's defense has really stepped it up the past 4 weeks, and their offense finally broke out against the Raiders. So I see Tony Romo throwing about 270, 280 to 300, against the Giants D. Aaron Ross, I think, is out again. And Kenny Phillips. So we should be able to expose their secondary. And the run game, if we use it, if Jason Garrett uses it, should do nicely with the 3 running backs that we have. It seems like they've been using Choice a lot more with the Wildcat, but I think we need to use some regular plays for him as well. He does good between the tackles and outside, and can catch out the backfield. And Felix is a burner, but he hasn't looked at the same except for that touchdown he had against the Raiders, which was nice, that 59-yard run. But ever since he put on that knee brace and got injured after that 70-yard run, he hasn't been the same. So hopefully we use our backs evenly. Niners at Seattle. I'm going to go with the Niners on this one. Their defense is off the hook. Seattle isn't very impressive at all, even though Joseph Forsett, the Cal product running back, broke out because Julius Jones was out. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners on that one. Vikings at Cardinals. Well, everybody's thinking that the Cardinals are a team now because they're 7-4. But if you look at their division, they play their division well, but outside of the division, they're not that good. I think the Vikings, they're going to remain hot. They have one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses in the NFL. So and running game, passing game, doesn't matter. If Adrian Peterson ain't doing something, then Brett Favre is doing something. If Brett Favre ain't doing something, then Adrian Peterson is doing something. So they complement each other. And the defense, the line, best in the NFL, Vikings on that one. Ravens at Packers. Packers got the best defense in the NFL now. They kind of slipped into first over Denver and the Giants. They slipped past those two defenses, which is not a surprise to me. But Charles Woodson is one of the best in the business. Always liked him even with the Raiders, even though he had all those injuries. But Charles Woodson also has 7 picks, but you got to think Al Harris and Eric Campman out for the season. Well, that's a big hit. You know, outside linebacker slash defensive end with Campman, and then which is a Pro Bowler, and then you got a Pro Bowler and Al Harris both out. So let's see how the defense does against Joe Flacco and Ray Rice. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Packers on that one. They look pretty solid, and I think that they might even take the wild card. Or might even just, yeah, wild card. Even though they're behind Minnesota in their division, I think that Packers can get in and do well. So anyways, that's my picks for this week. Sorry if I don't seem so excited. I was 10-6 last week. I'm kind of ticked off about that. All right, you guys have a good weekend.